Welcome back, sci-fi fans. This is Greg from Greg Reviews Sci-Fi, and today we're going to the disco. And of course, I mean, this is a review for Star Trek Discovery. What did you think? Does it look like a disco? Probably not.
You just got Rhonda!
So Star Trek Discovery was one of my most anticipated shows of 2017. And honestly, some of the news leading up to Discovery's release was a little disheartening. I mean, first, CBS puts it on their All Access, which is like either $6 or $10. And if you pay the $6, you have to still watch the commercials? Eh. So of course I pay the $10 because I can't give them money and watch the commercials. That's ludicrous. Then, if you see the trailer, the trailers are just terrible. They don't show anything even related to the show. They don't show what the Discovery can do. They don't show any of the finer points of the characters. And speaking of characters, I mean, Sonequa Martin Green as the lead character? I don't know. I couldn't wrap my head around this for a long time. I mean, I saw her in The Walking Dead and I thought, meh. Honestly. And then on New Girl, if you watch that, she was Winston's girlfriend turned wife named Rhonda that played practical jokes the entire show. So much so that I was embarrassed watching it. And that is sizzled into my brain. I'm just waiting in the show, Star Trek Discovery, for her to turn around and say,
You just got Rhonda.
oh God. Luckily, it's pretty good, though. I mean, I've been watching it. It really turned out really, really, really good, despite 14 initial strikes against it. It's a really good Star Trek show. I'd say it's as good. It's as good as Voyager, better than Deep Space Nine, creeping its way up to the Next Generation status. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's just the truth. Now, what's another strike against Discovery is that it's the timeline is between Enterprise, like Jonathan Archer's Enterprise, and Captain James Kirk's Enterprise. Sometime in between that. And I don't know about you, but I don't get too excited about pre-Kirk technology. I mean, that was the major downfall of Enterprise. A couple of photon torpedoes would save the day, but no. They have missiles or whatever crazy thing they had. And that's what I expected out of Discovery. But I was definitely proved wrong. The spore drive is awesome. They I don't know how to even describe it. They take the spores off the tree and they jam it in the room and attach the guy and boom, they can go anywhere at any time. Very cool. Now, if you're like me and a hardcore Star Trek lover, you think to yourself, like, why didn't Captain Kirk have this spore drive if it was so awesome? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. The only thing I can think is that, if you're caught up on the show, you'll see that there are problems with it. It requires some human intervention or animal intervention, if that thing can be called an animal, whatever you want to say about that thing. So the only thing I can think is that it didn't work out and they scrapped it and it was forgotten time. But I think we're going to find out. So hopefully we find out. Now let's get to the review. For story, I give it a 9. All the stories are really good. For being like an in-between timeline, it's really good. I have no idea where the Enterprise is, but other than that, it's really good. The cast, I give it an 8. I think most of the cast is really good, but I'm still warming up to Sonequa. I'm still I don't know. I'm still feeling the rest of the cast. I will give some honorable mentions to Jason Isaac, which is Captain Lorca. I think he plays it beautifully. Honestly, Sonequa plays Michael Burnham pretty unbelievable, to the point where I'm almost not sure if I'm going to get Rhonda or not anymore. So, it's so far it's pretty epic. Mary Wiseman plays Tilly, which is the red-haired girl. If you go to the blog, there's a picture. She, if you've seen the newest episodes, she is killing it. She turned from sweet to savage, and I think for an actress, it's pretty amazing. But let's get back to the review. So, sets, I give it a 10. No nondescript forest in this thing. I mean, we have cloaked ships, we have bridges of different ships, we have holograms. I don't know what the sets cost, but if they're computer generated, if everybody's on a green screen or whatever, but it's awesome. Costumes are great. I gave it a 9. The directing is awesome. I give it a 9. Technology, 9. The Spore Drive is great, but I haven't seen anything else that's too innovative, and I think it's just because it's the timeline in the universe. But the Spore Drive is cool, so that earned it a 9. I wanted to give it less than that, but the Spore Drive is cool. Originality, I don't know how they thought this show up. I Googled and looked at fan fiction. I tried to figure out, is this some sort of timeline that I've never heard of? What the heck is the Discovery? The saucer section rotates. I mean, it's pretty well thought out. For originality, I give it a solid 9. It would have been more original to go further in the future and invent completely new technology. That's why it doesn't get a 10. I mean, come on. Can we get a future Star Trek? I mean, Voyager was only a couple of years ahead. Deep Space Nine was the same exact time. Let's think ahead. Let's think of some new technologies. But anyway, I really recommend watching Star Trek Discovery. And I'm not kidding about going to a disco. I think you should get together on Sundays with your friends, nominate some of your wealthier friends to pay the $10 a month. You bring, everybody bring an item for dinner, and you make it a social occasion, just like back in the day before everybody had HBO. You had to go to somebody's house and watch The Sopranos. You should do that same thing with Star Trek instead of missing it, right? Don't miss it. Go to a friend's house, go see Discovery, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments what you think. See you later.
How do you feel about having a bunch of jelly on your head?
Not good, Rhonda.